For thousands of years, these were silent, sacred gateways. Today, they sound like this. To the ancient Maya, these were not just wells, they were portals, sacred gateways connecting their world to an eternal spiritual realm, a silent, crystal-clear chamber known as a cenote. This is the sound of a massive new railway called the Tren Maya, driving thousands of concrete and steel pillars straight through the heart of this sacred underworld. And it's a sound that has ignited a war for the soul of Mexico. Beneath the flat, jungle-covered skin of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula lies a world that defies imagination. It is a hidden continent of water and light, a colossal, interconnected labyrinth of thousands of flooded caves, rivers, and sinkholes. There is nothing else like it on the planet. Its story begins with the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, which slammed into this exact spot 66 million years ago. The impact shattered the vast limestone shelf below, creating a foundation full of holes like a sponge. For millions of years, rainwater has trickled down, dissolving the stone and carving out a circulatory system for the entire region. In a place with almost no surface rivers, this secret water world is the only thing keeping the communities and the jungle alive. But for the ancient Maya, it was something more. This wasn't just an aquifer, it was theology. These cenotes were gateways to their underworld, a realm from their sacred stories known as Xibalba. Inside these silent chambers, they left their most priceless offerings, jade, pottery, and even the skeletons of human sacrifices. These were their temples. So how do you build a 900-mile modern railway on top of ground that is essentially full of holes? The government's promise was seductive: to connect the mega resorts of Cancun to ancient Mayan ruins, bringing progress to places that have been ignored for a long time. But the execution has become a nightmare. Engineers are driving thousands of massive steel and concrete pillars directly into the earth, perforating the delicate ceilings of the caves below and sinking them deep into the sacred aquifer. Activists who have spent their lives exploring these waters warned this was a recipe for disaster. But instead of pausing, the project was declared a matter of national security, allowing it to steamroll any legal or environmental challenges. What they predicted is now happening, and the evidence is terrifying. Biologist and cave diver Roberto Rojo was exploring a pristine cave system when he heard it from above, a deafening industrial drill. Suddenly, the ancient ceiling shattered. Stalactites that had taken millennia to form tumbled down as a colossal steel pillar was violently inserted into the chamber. Then, he watched in horror as the crew above poured tons of wet concrete to secure it, a gray slurry bleeding into the crystal-clear water, staining the sacred cenote with a permanent scar. This was not an accident. This is the construction model. Activist groups like Salvame del Tren, Save Me from the Train, have been documenting the devastation. Their divers film what happens to these pillars after they are submerged, and the images are shocking. In videos posted in early 2026, they show pillars already in a state of decay. The metal casings meant to contain the concrete are corroding, peeling away into the water like sunburnt skin. Some columns are described as burst, leaking their raw, toxic contents directly into the surrounding cave. Divers report that some of these structures are so deteriorated they begin to disintegrate at the slightest touch, releasing a constant poisonous cloud into the Yucatan's only source of fresh water. But the pollution is just one danger. The other is collapse. The sheer weight of the train is a constant threat. And in the spring of 2026, images emerged of workers doing emergency reinforcement work on the tracks. Critics allege it's because the pillars are sinking. The very ground beneath the train is giving way. But the water isn't the only thing being poisoned. This project is also physically crushing the evidence of our past. The ground here is so rich with Mayan artifacts that specialists from Mexico's own National Institute of Anthropology and History, INAHA, have accused the project of committing crimes against archaeology. They've presented evidence of heavy machinery, even dynamite, being used in sensitive zones, mutilating ancient monuments in the rush to lay tracks. One archaeologist made a devastating claim. Of the tens of thousands of structures Ayang supposedly recovered, the vast majority were simply destroyed. The project sold to connect people to history is actively erasing it. Amid the drone of machinery and clouds of concrete dust, it's easy to feel like the fight is already lost. You can't unpour thousands of tons of concrete from a living aquifer. And yet, the resistance has not backed down. The activists of Salvame del Tren have become a powerful force of citizen journalism. In February 2026, they achieved a significant victory. A court ordered environmental authorities to inspect the ecosystems impacted by the train. For the first time, a court said the government could no longer just ignore the evidence. The world is also taking notice. A global tribunal for the rights of nature found the Mexican state guilty of destroying both the environment and indigenous culture. In a radical step, the tribunal declared the cenotes themselves to be subjects of rights, entities deserving their own legal protection. It was a massive moral boost for the people on the ground. This pressure even created cracks in the official narrative. Mexico's own environment minister publicly acknowledged the damage in late 2025, admitting her ministry knew at least 8 cenotes had been harmed. She announced working groups to figure out how to compensate for the damage. But this is where the story takes its most unsettling turn. Even as one part of the government talks about restoration, another is doubling down. While passenger service is running, construction for a massive freight network is also underway, set to be operational by the end of 2026. This new phase means clearing even more jungle for huge cargo depots and extending the rail lines. The machine isn't slowing down, it's getting bigger. The people fighting to save this priceless natural wonder are risking their safety to bring this truth to light. People like cave diver Jose Urbina Bravo, who leads expeditions to document the contamination for new legal actions. And people like Roberto Rojo, who was photographed kneeling in despair in the now murky water of a cenote he had sworn to protect. His words capture the outrage. If a private person or company had been responsible, you can bet they would already be in jail. Their work is a testament to the idea that some things are more valuable than a train ticket, that some things, once broken, can never be replaced. The ancient Maya saw these cenotes as a gateway to the heavens and the underworld, a sacred portal between worlds. Today, a new kind of gateway is being forced into that same space, one of rebar, corroding steel and concrete. The fate of this sacred world now hangs in the balance, caught between the spiritual gateway it once was and the industrial tomb it is becoming.